Another Christmas and you are still alone. If you're a man and you want to find the right girlfriend or wife, an amazing woman to share life with, so next Christmas in 2026, you're not alone or with relatives you don't like that much. You might be on the way to having your own family or merging your family. This video is for you. This year, you've wasted a lot of opportunities. You have not taken online dating serious. You have not overcome your approach anxiety. You are in the exact same position you were 1 year ago. Maybe a year ago you told yourself, hey, I really want to find someone. Or maybe you've never really paid attention to it, but you're in the exact same spot. Now you're telling yourself in January, the New Year's resolutions are going to do the job. Since when are externally imposed social conditions going to give you an outcome you truly desire? When has that ever happened for you in your career or your business or your health? If you want to find an amazing woman, you first of all have to make a decision to raise your standard. You suck in the area of dating and relationships. But good news, we all suck at something. We all suck at something. And it's funny, right? Because when we're in personal development, we think that all these areas, health, wealth, and relationships, are a little bit interconnected. Really, they're not that interconnected after all, huh? Because we know people, maybe you, who's doing great in your career, great in your business, but you suck with dating and relationships. Then you know people who are good in their career and their business, and they're super fat. Maybe some guys who are amazing with fitness who suck in business. These are all individual domains. And if you want to find an amazing woman next year, you have to make a decision to no longer tolerate the situation you're in. Because I heard this quote on Instagram, and most of this Instagram personal development, McDonald's content is rather nonsensical, but this one was actually really good because it reminded me of something Wayne Dyer said 20 years ago. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. You're currently choosing to suck. And sucking, what does it mean? You don't have enough quality options. You don't have enough quality options to choose the right woman from. And you haven't worked on your communication skills because you have blind spots in your communication that cause the wrong women, or rather the right women, to lose interest in you. You have settled for this 1.5 year long relationship that didn't work, and another one, and then a marriage that failed. You've never made the decision to actually take this area in your life serious. You've been waiting for God or the universe to supply you with an amazing woman. And let me tell you something, that only works if you have extremely low standards. If you're okay with just something, somebody who's not that physically attractive, somebody who has maybe a 5 out of 10 level desirability for you, and intellectually, you're not that combined or aligned, but it's sort of all right. Well, if that's your standard, congratulations, but I assume you're not that kind of man. Aren't you a man who refuses to live average? This video goes out to men who refuse to settle for average. You are allowed to have a standard for physical attractiveness. You want her to be physically really attractive. That's okay. You're not shallow just for that. But you also have to be compatible personality-wise, values-wise, somebody who supports you, who cares for you, who's loving. And then your own individual must-haves. And intellectually you want to be compatible. You're allowed to have a standard like that. But with a standard like that, if you're entitled enough, and I don't think it's a bad way, it's a bad thing. If you're entitled enough to have that high a standard, you must back it up with action. If you don't back it up with action on dating apps, on Instagram, with in-person approaches, because these are really the only ways to get dates outside of your social circle, because that's rather limited. If you don't back it up with action, it will never work. Nothing is going to come by itself. The only thing that's going to keep happening is average, mediocre relationships, another 1.5 years, another 6 months, another 9 months wasted, and then you'll be here in 6 years in the exact same spot. And you still don't have a functioning family, or at least a woman to share life with, to build something with for the long term. So my first reminder for you, going into the Christmas season right now, with New Year's around the corner, what are you waiting for? Raise your standards today. Today you can download Hinge. I mean, before you download Hinge, you should get some really good pictures and ideally get some guides. Let us help you with that. We've been able to help hundreds of clients from all around the world absolutely crush it with our dating apps, going from maybe 1 date a month to being able to have 2, 3 quality dates per week. And that's not necessarily 1 date a week is more than enough, but we've done it. Apply for a free initial consultation if you want us to help you with that personally. But you can now get help with your outfits, really good photos, build a really good profile, work on your texting. You can do that now, because guess what happens in between Christmas and New Year's? Everybody's bored at home alone. And the women are going to the New Year wanting a new relationship. So why are you waiting? This time between Christmas and New Year's is a very, very valuable time. That's the time where they're all at home. You know, you're spending a little bit of time with family. People aren't really working. They're just hanging around. Guess what? Yeah, they're checking their dating apps. They're already planning their dates. And if they're not going to be planning a date with you, they'll be planning a date with somebody else. Somebody else going to be taking those options. David, don't you always talk about abundance? Yes, there's infinite abundance, but why not act on the actual factual scarcity that does exist? Why not use the opportunities that are being given your way? Dating apps, Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, Raya, and by the way, I'm not affiliated with any of them. They all work depending on where you live. If you live in the US or in the UK, for example, Hinge, Raya, and Bumble are probably going to be your best bet. Then do you have a semi-decent Instagram? This is not about followers. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. But can you have some good photos with some good captions in there? 1 or 2 stories a day. Can you put a little bit of effort in to make yourself look as good as humanly possible while still authentic? Never faking anything, but making yourself look as good as humanly possible. And then, can you maybe please overcome your approach anxiety? How much longer do you want to let your wife walk by? How many times this year in 2025 have you seen a woman walk by that you wanted to go and talk to who could have been your wife, who could have been your life partner? But you made an excuse. She's too attractive. She's not attractive enough. We're at the airport. She has headphones in. She probably has a boyfriend. I don't have the time. It's all nonsense. All that boils down to is approach anxiety. You must overcome your approach anxiety and learn how to start the conversations and navigate them, and not just have a boring conversation about, oh wow, the weather, the Dodgers, crazy, right? Christmas is right around the corner. Duh. You can have a boring conversation, or you can actually have a level of a conversation where women are truly bought in, where you're excited. The reason I'm laughing is because my mom's holding the camera and she's making faces because probably she's cold because she's not wearing gloves and I'm wearing gloves because we're here in the south of Germany. It's cold as balls, and she's been helping me make content for like 11 years. So my videographer isn't here with me, so she's holding the phone. So the reason I'm laughing is 'cause she's like making faces behind the camera. 5 minutes. She's taking it. 3 minutes. All right, point being, overcome your approach anxiety. If you would have already overcome your approach anxiety, I would not have to stand at this lake and yell into a camera like this. My mom wouldn't have to be freezing her hands off if you would have already done what I told you to do the entire year. Partially joking, partially serious. I would love for you to have an amazing woman by your side. You don't even know how good it can be to have a woman who loves your mother. She loves her. They get on well. She's beautiful, caring, super intelligent. I met Fernanda 6 years ago. I live this every day. She's going to come here now in a week from Barcelona. She's spending some time with her mom in Barcelona. And then she's going to be here with me Christmas and New Year's. And you know the love that you can experience? Do you know how much love and happiness you're missing out on? That you're just choosing because you're lazy? There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're intelligent. You are the man. The product who you are is already more than good enough, but you're lazy. Do you want to carry that laziness into the next year? No, David, I'm going to do it in January. Will you actually do it? Are you actually going to do it? Or are you just going to make a New Year's resolutions and then do fuck all as you've done all these years over and over again? Here's my invitation. Why wait to January? Do it today. Never set a goal without taking action. Absolutely immediately. And it is serious because you can't possibly be the best role model for your children or your unborn children if you're not taking care of one of the most important areas in your life. So, my invitation for you is take action now. Here, let me help you with that if you want to. Click the link below. Apply for a free initial consultation. What have you got to lose?